Vidhammer Fantasy.
Welcome back. I'm Spudlow, bringing you your Vidhammer news for March the 17th of 2014. A few things to go over this week. First and foremost, I didn't get to make it to Darkside this weekend to play in their Triumph and Treachery tournament, which I really wanted to, and I didn't get there, and I'm a little bit bummed out about it, but I am looking forward to playing in at least a Triumph and Treachery game on Wednesday evening. And we'll see how that one goes, because I still have not played a Triumph and Treachery game, and I'd really like to. So I don't have any tournament videos from this past weekend, but if you do have tournament fever on the brain, Skaven and AZ was at Lone Wolf this past weekend, so I'm sure some videos from him will start showing up. And if you have not seen it yet, check out this link. Skaven and AZ is good friends with the Sustainable Center, and Sustainable Center is a pretty big anti-Skaven person. They played a match where Sustainable Center actually played as the Skaven, and Skaven and AZ took his vampire counts. And Skaven and AZ does a battle report, and he does his best impression of Sustainable Center, basically complaining about the Skaven from the vampire counts point of view. As a fellow Skaven player, I thought it was very entertaining. It's definitely worth watching and checking out. Also, Forces of Destruction, I'll throw a link up here. He's a guy starting out his battle report channel and everything, and he recently has 3 videos up from his most recent tournament. He takes Orcs and Goblins. The first 3 or 4 videos from his channel, though, are Orcs and Goblins versus Skaven, so if you're a fellow Skaven player, you can check those out. For my videos, of course, I just finished the last of my 5 games from Crucible 3, and so you all know how those went. That was a little tough, but it was a fun tournament, all in all. Yeah, the dice bit me pretty hard, but my list really wasn't comparable to some of the ones that I was going up against. And more importantly, my style of play was not comparable with that, with the real pro style that I was seeing in at least some of the other players that are there. So I definitely have to adapt and learn some new strategies before I take on another one, which I definitely want to do. I've just got to learn some things, try some new strategies, and kick it into a better gear. Because I don't intend to leave Skaven behind. I have thought about things, and I'm not going to start a dwarf army. I still really like the dwarves. I think they're a really good addition as far as things go. I would like to put together a dwarf army and stuff, but I had to look at things practically, and the 2 places that I predominantly play, Darkside Comics and Learn to Play Games, already have a very strong dwarf presence in both. They're well represented in a couple of players there. So my fear was if I actually did put together a dwarf army, I was going to be having a significant number of battle reports that would be dwarfs against dwarfs. And I was like, yeah, okay, I didn't really want to go that way. But with Skaven, I'm pretty much the only player around that consistently plays Skaven. There are a couple that come through from time to time, but I haven't seen them in quite a while. We're a dying breed. We can't have that. Dude, rats, we gotta infest and stuff. I don't know. No, delete that. How you get 1 from 5, and you throw a rag down, and then you pick it back up, and there's like 5 rats. Or 5 from 1. So that's pretty much what's happening now. We're getting 1 from 5. Run around in the corner. I don't know. 1 from 5, it would be bad. There was 1 there, and now there's like 5. Like fornicate or anything. We just gotta come up out of the ground, and we that's, I don't know, we used to have lots, and now we're few. Ice cream. Cheese-flavored ice cream? And, no. Anyway, needless to say, I'm not going to start building a dwarf army. Instead, I decided to put my efforts elsewhere into something else, because middle of last year, started working on 40K, started learning the game, recorded several games, but never really got the rules down consistent enough to feel like I could put out a battle report that I wouldn't get smashed over. But I did want to expand into some different games and actually show some different stuff on this channel and everything. And I've actually found a little something that some friends have talked me into. I've been looking at it for a while. So yeah, I'm going to be starting up War Machine, and in particular, I'm going to go for Khador. And that's mainly because something that I had to notice, of course, any good Skaven player would notice. This, there it is the rune of the Great Horned Rat, as it says. That's the symbol on the top of the Khador guy, right there. Great Horned Rat. Khador are the Skaven of War Machine. I gotta play. Right there. You see that. I gotta play Khador. It's the same thing. So I'm playing Khador. Got me a box. I'm gonna learn how to play because I don't know how to play yet. I have not even played a game yet. I've watched a few games. I'm playing Khador. But it does seem pretty appealing to me. It appears that the people that play are a bit more toward the fantasy side as far as extremes go, rather than the 40k side. 40k side, make the most powerful thing that you possibly can, crush your opponent, and who cares? Go out there, roll some dice. But in 40k, for me, the tactics weren't there. The tactical moving. I'm playing Khador. You know, how to line up your units so that you can get the right combinations of what's going on. How to build your list so that, you did have the possibility to take care of several different elements that you might find in your opponent's army. And that wasn't really there for 40k. It was just bring a whole bunch of flyers and vector strike across your enemy and completely destroy them. I'm playing Khador, except I was on the other side of that. I was taking Dark Angel, so I was trying to, shoot things and move some tanks up and stuff. And no, Tyranid Flying Circus, the one league I played in, the very first game, was the only game that I played in that league. And my opponent had 4 guys on the board that would vector strike and just ran across everything that I had and destroyed it. I was like, okay, this is never going to be fun for me. So I'm playing Khador. Screw that. War Machine, from what I'm seeing, even though the armies do have very powerful combinations that they can bring to bear, the game has more of a tactical element to it. And a lot of players equate it to chess. In that, yes, you have several different pieces on the board, but the only one that really matters is the king. And for War Machine and Hordes, the one thing that matters is your Warcaster on either side. The objective almost all the time is to kill that one thing. Everything else is superfluous. It's just there for you to be blocked in trying to get through it. So you're trying to figure out how to get around it, how to get through it, what you can do to try to make your opponent waste their efforts or whatever, throw some things out in the corners or whatnot. But you're making a tactical play to try to kill that one thing. And how you go about doing that can be very different depending on how you build your army and everything. I'm playing Khador. So I'm at least looking forward to it. There's a startup league that starts in a couple of weeks, and I'll be playing in that. And I'll see how it goes. And I might be starting up another channel for, War Machine and Hordes and see how that goes. If I do, I definitely will be, since I am starting completely from scratch, I'll try to throw in a video for generally how you play. I'm playing Khador. Give an introduction so people that are coming from fantasy over to War Machine and Hordes will at least know what the differences are and how to actually deal with the terminology and things like that. But it's there. We'll see how that turns out. But that is all for this week. Don't forget, I still have the final table matchup from Crucible 3 that will be coming out later this week, and that's between Tom and Grady with the Dark Elves and Demons of Chaos. Now, that one I was playing on a different table at the time. I'm playing Khador. So unfortunately, I have to go back to how I used to do things and watch the whole video and try to decipher what actually happened. But I'm also going to have to do that with a recording that happened in a room with like 150 people. So I don't know how much I'm going to be able to get out of it. Hopefully enough so that it will be an enjoyable battle report to watch. But if not, don't be too high on the expectations. I will do what I can, though. So look forward to a few more things coming out this week and potentially some War Machine and Hordes in the future. So until next time, I'm playing Khador. Keep fighting.